Good evening, Dr. Council and classmates. My name is Trinity Davis. Have you ever thought of how empowering it must feel for women who give birth out of the hospital? Well, the speaker I am introducing today has created that exact location in Tennessee and has been encouraging and powerful voice in my decision to birth out of the hospital. I will be explaining how she became the mother of authentic midwifery. In March 1940, May Gaskin was born in a small rural town in Iowa. A year after graduating Iowa State University, she married her first husband and the couple had their first child in the late 1960s. The birth of Sydney had an astounding desire to find a different birth method for Ina May. In her own experience, the doctors gave Gaskin anesthesia without her consent and used forceps to pull the child out of the uterus. After the birth, the couple attended lectures of Stephen Gaskin beginning in 1968 in San Francisco, California. According to her book, Spiritual Midwifery, Ina May realized that the women on the lecture tour would be giving birth in support of one another. She goes on to explain the 11 births that occurred on the tour, with Gaskin's birth of the second child. In 1971, the farm midwifery town was created by Stephen Gaskin with the assistance of Ina May and his followers. Ina May found a local doctor that was willing to teach the women and serve as a medical intervention. In 1976, Stephen and Ina married and had 3 more children. The farm served local community members with shockingly low intervention and mortality rates despite handling high-risk cases such as breech births and multiple births. Later that year, Gaskin traveled to Guatemala where she learned a technique used by the women to resolve shoulder dystocia. Shoulder dystocia is when part of an infant is delivered, but the rest of the body is still stuck in the birth canal. Gaskin returned to the farm and taught the midwives this new technique and published articles on her findings. In a study done in 1996, it was conclusive that the Gaskin maneuver was a rapid, safe, and effective technique for reducing shoulder dystocia. The Gaskin maneuver was the first obstetrical procedure to be named after a midwife, showing how earth-shattering her research is. In 2009, she received the title of honorary doctor by Thames Valley University. For her work for advocating for women-centered childbirth methods, she received the Alternative Nobel Prize in 2011. As of 2019, Ina May still lives in the local residence of Summertown, Tennessee, and acts as a midwife to local women. Ina May has given me the encouragement and evidence-based knowledge to feel wholeheartedly confident in my personal decision to have a natural birth with a midwife in the coming weeks. Dr. Council and friends, please welcome Mother of Midwife, Ina May Gaskin.